Okay, so just a quick inserted clip before the main video starts. This video is purely going to be ball joint and drive shafts. The reason why it's so long is because I didn't really want to cut much of it down because it was a painstaking process and did take forever. But I got there in the end and I don't want to cut it down, make it look easy when it wasn't. So I've just left most of it in to just kind of document the process really, because you know, I don't want it looking easier than it actually was if anyone wants to try it at home. So yeah, hope you go on to enjoy the rest of the video. Okay, so we're back out with the Peugeot again. Oh, what a machine. And it's quite late, it's like 10 o'clock, but I've got the sudden urge to try and do the clutch. So that's what I'm going to attempt to do. First course of action is jacking it up and waiting for this car to go past. Jacking it up, whipping both the wheels off, axle stands under, hub nuts off. Like I think the wishbone bolt needs to come out and some other stuff, and then we'll be good to drop the strut, and I'm gonna have to figure it out. There's a video that I'm gonna be watching like in between. I'll link it in the description because it's super useful. But passenger side drive shaft just pulls out, and I think there's a bracket on this one with a Torx that needs to unhook, and then you can pull the drive shaft out. That was a nice mark just gone past. So I think for now that's gonna be the first job, and I shall keep you guys updated. Okay, so a quick update. It's becoming more impossible, but these nuts have come off both sides, and for the past, I don't know how long, hour or something, I've been working on trying to hit this. You've got to hit this so that it'll loosen off this bolt here, which the nut obviously secures onto, and then you pry it down and move this out the way. See, that's how much I've got it off in like an hour's time. You can see all the bits I've been hitting at it. So to see if I can get any further, I've moved over to this side. I've not tried anything on this side yet, but I'm going to see if anything happens on this side even just a little bit better, so I can actually get some progress done, because right now it's not exactly going to plan, but hopefully that changes soon. Okay, so I have not got very far since the videos at night time. In fact, it's not really moved at all from where it was before. We've obviously got water and stuff here. The oil's all in there, so it's not oily. Today's challenge really is just, I'm gonna try and get this arm off. It's not really looking too easy. Not sure about the other side. Well, it looks easy, should I say. It's not going to be easy though. I probably should have maybe put them away because I think it was raining or something last night, so that's always fun. But it's a bit wet in there. Oh well. Yeah, I'm literally just gonna try and whack the ever-living daylights out of them lower control arms or whatever they are, wishbones, and just go and go. I might try and jack it up a bit more so I've got more space, but besides that, today's goal is just to get them dropped. If I get them dropped, move them out of the way, pull the drive shafts out and go from there. But I think for now it's just going to be working on getting them out of the way and ready to go. So about 2 hours later, we've got absolutely nowhere. So I've tried like getting a spanner. I've basically demolished that bush, but joint even. Tried to get that in, thread this through the end and like lever on it to try and pry it out. It's not worked. I've been using this absolutely mental hammer. It's not worked. It's not really getting any further out. I'm starting to give up. This side's just the same, really. It's not got any further at all. I was thinking about trying to just take these out, but sort of bolted through the subframe and everything, and I just can't be bothered right now. I was trying to find something with a fork in it that I could wedge in, and like, that's thick metal. If this had a fork in it, it'd be brilliant, but it doesn't, so it's not ideal, and nothing's working. And it's kind of getting on my nerves, because I can't really progress. I can't progress with the job without getting that off. So I'm kind of struggling. You see, what I was doing was I was jamming that in there, because at this point I don't really care about the bush, about the thing. I can get a new one, but it just, no matter, oh wait, like I'm bouncing up and down on it, and it's not doing anything at all. It's just exactly the same. If there was a way I could, like, well, that could work. I might try and jack that up so that it forces it down, maybe. I might try that. So, just jacking it up. I think it's just gonna ping out. I'm not sure. Kind of looks like it's going up way too easy. Yeah, that's not really worked, has it? Oh, maybe it has. Maybe it has. Okay, so to solve my issues of not being able to get the ball joint out, I bought one of these, which I probably should have done from the start, but from what I can figure out, I think I can change the distance of it here, which I think I'm going to need to do. But basically, it should just kind of pry the ball joint out and all be okay. So I'm going to get that set up, get it tapped on, and show you what it looks like set up. Right, that's it set up, and from my understanding, I just need to get a wrench on this, and it'll push that down and push the ball joint up and out. So hopefully that's what happens. So this particular one's a 21 mil. Essentially, it's just going to be a whole lot of doing that until the ball joint comes out. So I'll keep you updated. So after a bit of fiddling around in a ruined ball joint, we've got it. It's like come out basically. I kind of expected them to buy new ones of them anyway, so I don't care. It's out. I just had it on this. I think I might need to loosen it now, and then hopefully I can just go about 2 secs. See, just go about unscrewing that eventually, taking that out, and then prizing that off. So I'm going to try that now. Look at that. It's off! Finally! Now time to do the other side. I can tell you, that's the best £13 I've ever spent. I'm not impressed with it. I'm going to leave the Amazon link in the description. So if you need anything like that doing, just buy this. Obviously with a ratchet. Obviously if you've probably got one of these if you're buying one of these. That's amazing! Look, it's actually off and out and everything. Sorry, I had to end the video a little bit abruptly there, but we're getting on to this side now. So just going to do the same procedure, slot it on, make sure that these aren't covering the bearing that comes out, because that's the mistake I made at first and it popped off. Ratchet it out with that and we'll be good to go. Good news. Drive shaft is popped out of place. Little ball joints out. This side I've already took the drive shaft out because it's super simple. Just tap it out of this middle spline and then turn the wheel on its like axis, because obviously you've got the whatever that is there. I'm not going to pretend to know. And then you just pull the drive shaft out. And if we come in here, I think it's a tie rod, maybe. I don't know. You've got the passenger side drive shaft here. It's covered in suspicious substance, but I don't know. Then on this side, I'll just show you now. It'll be easier without the lights, actually. If you look in here, you see, I'll put an arrow on screen, but this Torx here, got that top one there. Right, so there's a bracket which you can see has dropped down just here. If we get that, put it back up there just so I can show you eventually. Right, so that bracket there is held in by this Torx, but then basically once that's unloosing, you just want to pull this out, but I'll do it properly and then show you again. So under the car here, this drive shaft has went horribly wrong. The CV boot had a tear in it, and it's just ripped off this half of the drive shaft and left this in the car. So I unbolted this, which I'm not really too sure what it does, and it's not really helped unbolting it, but I've tried like tapping it out because I don't know if it's maybe rusted in there, and I've just got to keep trying to tap that out. It maybe looks like it's coming out, so if I keep going, it might, you know, come out of this mount here, because that's a engine mount here. And then you've got the gearbox. Well, this is the gearbox here. I'm not sure where the gearbox mount is on these, but somewhere. But maybe if I keep tapping at this, it might eventually come out. I'm not sure. I'm just going to keep trying. But that's the update. I'm currently under a car at 1:30 in the morning, so that's fun. Okay, so we're back with the Peugeot 308. It has been a while, and to show you how long it's been, look at this. Oh yes, boys and girls, we've got mold, which is just fantastic. But the reason for that is this stupid drive shaft is not coming out. It's like frozen in place. So I'm gonna have to like, I don't know, I've tried tapping it out and stuff and it's just not worked. So I might try and unbolt the gearbox. The battery has to come off so I can get to the top. And it's just, oh, it's very infuriating. But hopefully, if I can unbolt everything and get it all sorted, it'll work, I hope. I need to get the gearbox out. I haven't got a replacement one yet because I had a bit of a big bill come through. Which I was expecting, but I wasn't expecting it to be the price, so I can't really get the gearbox now. I'm kind of hoping it's just the release bearing, but I highly suspect it's going to be the gearbox, but we'll see. It's going to be entertaining whatever happens. I'll go get the tripod, set it up, and see if I can do anything about getting that other drive shaft off. If not, then I'm going to set fire to the entire car. Yes. Okay, so we're here with the tripod. You can see we're trying to get this out, which is going to be fun. I've got tools such as a hammer and things that I can use to hit it out. So that is the plan. Whether it's going to work or not, we'll find out. But, you know, it's always worth a shot. Get all this rubbish out. I've got some luxurious padded cardboard here to lie on because, well, that's all wet. So I didn't put them inside. I could probably wipe it down, but... And that just causes discomfort, and that's no fun for anybody. Anyways, we're gonna try to get on with this. I've loosened... I don't know what it does, but I've got these 3 bolts here. They're from like a little, it looks like a bracket that maybe keeps it in. I don't know. I've just been unloosening things that look like they might help. So yeah, we're going to try and tap that out. If it goes well, it goes well. If not, then it doesn't. But you can just see I don't know if you can see actually. This little bit here is the bracket that holds it in, which technically should have meant it come off a bit easier, but oh well, it didn't. Okay, finally, after maybe 40 to 50 minutes of tapping, it's actually out now. So what I did was, I found this red chisel, wedged it in, I believe it's called the intermediate bearing there, tapped it and just absolutely wailed at it. And then it got to a certain point where this wouldn't fix, it was too thick. So then I got this like bent crowbar thing, wedged it in, hammered it, came out first tap, and it's actually out now. So the gearbox can finally come out. I think it could have come out before, but I didn't want to chance anything. I wanted it all proper and sorted. So I think next up the battery's got to come out, I believe, which I'm gonna have to look a video on how to do that, because I don't want to mess any of this up. It's like, it's all, I've not seen that kind of stuff before. I'm used to working on cars like this, but yeah, everything's out, good to go. I'm gonna prep it to get the gearbox out and then hopefully do that later on today.